From time to time, Joe Ricchio drops by the 207 studio. He is a food writer, the host of the Food Coma podcast, and a private chef who runs the Food Coma private dinners. He's with us here at the 207 studio, and we're talking about a topic we have never touched on before, coffee, specifically coffee roasters in Maine. Why did you want to hit on this topic?
Yeah, somehow we haven't talked about this, which I don't know why. Well, I am an avid home coffee maker. And I realized how many producers there are in Maine. There's the certain classics that everybody knows about and you can kind of get everywhere. But I also felt that there were a lot of smaller kind of boutique producers that were worth, bringing attention to. And
we're going to get to some of your recommendations in a moment, but let's talk about the right way to brew at home. Yeah,
yes.
I mean, you don't have to be a fanatic and obsessive about it, but how can you make better coffee at home?
Yeah, you can be like as obnoxious as you want. Really, technically, I go so far as to, it's important to have a scale. It's important to get your ratios. Get a burr grinder. I think that whether you do pour overs or you do drip coffee, I think a lot of people overlook the importance of a good grinder because it's really important. The part where you probably are going to think I'm obnoxious and I'm comfortable with that is I use Fiji water to brew my coffee because when you think about it, coffee is like 90% water. So the flavoring in the water that you're using is going to have an effect.
The ingredients matter.
Yeah, it's going to have an effect on your coffee. So a lot of people might roll their eyes and think I'm being super bougie. But yeah, I use Fiji water, so what?
Your ego can take that.
My ego can, you know about my ego. It needs a separate cab or Uber to get here.
Like a rhino hide. All right, let's talk about some of your...
This isn't about my ego, this is about coffee.
Let's
not
talk
change
about
the
coffee.
subject.
So let's get to the roasters. We'll begin with, of the many that you like, of the several that you like, Precipice Coffee.
Yes, so Precipice Coffee is based out of Ellsworth. And they use a roaster called Bellwether. It's a, they're actually all solar powered, which is cool. Very emotionally, environmentally conscious and sustainable. So again, just a good smaller company to know about from up north.
Another one on the list, Speckled Axe.
Okay, Speckled Axe is definitely, to me, it's one of the kind of, if you will, OGs in the specialty coffee business around here. It's the one that actually, they're the ones that got me thinking about the coffee I drink. I drink my coffee black, and they actually, they do their coffee wood roasted, which gives it a very unique,
distinctive flavor.
Yeah, distinctive flavor. Highly recommend, all of their roasts.
44 North.
Yep, another one. So we're going back up north, up to Deer Isle. And another small producer that I actually first had at Aragosta, who I've discussed many times on the show.
Restaurant in that area?
Yes. And like all of these producers, actually, they do all offer subscriptions, which is a great way to kind of get a range of what they do. And they also, if you're a dark roast lover, they have a good variety of dark roasts.
One of the things that's important for many people when it comes to the coffee they drink is that it's fair trade, a fair trade product, and everything on this list is, right?
Yes, exactly. And fair trade is essentially a process of all of these roasters work with, the farmers, small farms. Fair trade is basically, ensuring that everybody's paid a proper wage, their work conditions are a certain way, all, organic, or mostly organic. And just like wine, coffee has a terroir, whether it's from Ethiopia or Peru,
and fair trade looks out for the environment and for the people.
Exactly.
All right, we got a few more on the list. Townie Coffee.
Yes, so Townie Coffee is, it's funny because they're very ambiguous on their packaging. They just say brewed somewhere in New England. And in my research, I found out it's southern Maine. So I'm still, kind of out there.
Good enough.
They specialize in light to medium roasts. Really nice balanced acidity, which is really what we want with good coffee, especially if you're drinking it black. If you're going to Dunkin' and getting 5 creams, 5 sugars, whatever, it doesn't really matter what's in the cup,
Fair enough. Elevated coffee roasters.
Elements.
Elements.
Yes, Elements. So they're in Biddeford. Most people would know them because not only do they brew their own coffee, but they are also an amazing bookshop. down there, so you can go.
It's a delightful place to hang out.
Yeah, really cool.
And one more on our list, Tandem Coffee.
Okay, so everybody knows Tandem. Tandem is like Speckled Axe, sort of that, although Speckled Axe was before, but that same kind of, one of the first ones to put Portland on the coffee map. More people know them now almost for the most amazing biscuit sandwich you'll ever have in your life, biscuit and butter sandwich. People line up down Congress Street. One thing you might not know about Tandem is they actually do a really good instant coffee. It's called Good Instant Coffee.
Which one doesn't hear about a whole lot.
One does not, outside of, once I, got off the Sanka and the Taster's Choice and Folgers, it's good. It's nice to know you have other options out there.
All right, you have given us a lot of options, a lot to think about. A pleasure as always.
What I like to do. It's what I do.
Appreciate you being here, Joe.
Yeah.
The full list on our website and more information about what Joe is up to, you'll find that all in the 207 section of newscentermaine.com. Stick around, we're going to return.